See, 2003 to 2006 was turmoil for me. It was a time in my life where I nearly lost everything. Career failed. Friends became very few. I didn't know what I was going to do with my future. Didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I remember the words of Pa Fredericks. Preston, whatever you do today is going to impact tomorrow and is going to set you up for your future. You see, the industry might have changed, but the principle remained the same. I remember at the time where I would walk in the neighborhood and people would say, yeah, things like, he never made it in Germany. They would say things like, he never made it professionally. If only they knew the story. If only they knew the sacrifice. Yeah, I was suicidal. I did think of taking my life. In fact, there was times I actually planned it. Because it wasn't worth living anymore. I was just another boy from the Cape Flats that failed. And I remember I was invited to a church service. It's a youth service. And I saw all these young people worshiping God and just being so passionate about worship. And I looked at that, and me coming into that state with my brokenness, with my uncertainty of life. And I remembered, I want what they have. I want more. See, salvation is a choice. I know you're going to laugh, but there's certain things in our lives that's a process. I've come to learn today that we all have to go through the processes of life. And as we go, we learn the lessons and we keep on growing. As we're growing, our faith becomes stronger. Our relationship with God becomes stronger. I'm not the same 23-year-old young man anymore, confused and uncertain. I'm secure because I've been accepted into the beloved. God's plan for my life has never changed. All He wanted for me was to realize that He's in control of my life. See, a crisis in our lives has got a funny way of steering our lives in the right direction. I remember when I was at the lowest place in my life, just before I entered into that service, I was involved with this girl, and it was a Sunday afternoon, and I was busy teaching her how to drive in the middle of the day, 12 o'clock to be exact. And 4 young men walked up to our window and instructed me to get into the passenger side, and that's the day that we were hijacked. Today that I saw my life flashing in front of me. Yes. It's that day that I had a conversation with God. I was far from Him. But that's the day I had a conversation when I started saying, well, I've tried everything my way. I've done all I could. But today, I need You. That's the day that my life changed forever. That's the day I believe my life went into a direction that was to completely destroy the brokenness and the past and the disappointments over my life, because God gave me hope. He gave me a future. He gave me identity. He gave me certainty. God first. I cannot do anything in life without God, because it was God that made me dream again. It was God that made me believe. All those people, they've had influences over my life. But all that influences steered me straight into the arms of God.